Ancient Asiatic medicine from high mountains. Ancient plant cester necrosis to nourish our bodies. I just get a little bit of this resin, like so, into some hot water. It's good to drink in the morning because it's pretty energizing. I have drank it at night and it's not like it'll keep you up, but it's good to use the energy that it gives you for the day. And I like to pair it with some cinnamon. And then I just drink it like that. At the beginning when I drank it, it took a minute to get used to, but yeah. Today is my younger sister's last chemo infusion, and I just finished doing recitations of the Lotus Sutra and chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. And my mom and I prepared her lunch, her and her partner's lunch for today, because they're there already. They'll be there for hours. And this journey of supporting my sister through cancer, you know, the redirection from living in Japan to now living in Tongva land is not something I've shared with a lot of people, just my close circle. And yeah, this journey has been really testing the limits of my faith and practices, and I am so grateful for my access to profound teachings, all these like downloads that I share, you know, like things like health tips and things. These are not like a fucking joke to me. These are like my lifeline, like my relationships and my access to knowledge that help us be in our like most healthy, you know, most aligned states, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. This is where it comes from. It's from a very deep place. I'm not trying to get more likes and follows or something, or, you know, I mean, I am very passionate about the work that I do as a healing practitioner, but the heart of it is like, it's transformation, it's human revolution. It's like, how do I take these theories passed down from ancient times into the now and activate, you know, this life force that we have to be in this existence and to live happy and victorious lives. And this morning as I was chanting, I was thinking about the last time I saw in person my teacher, Ikeda Sensei, in Japan, January 2020. And it was the height of my Buddhist leadership, I would say. And the talk that he gave after doing gongyo or recitations together was a really expansive talk around how prayer allows us to make the entire universe our ally. And I know I talk a lot about ancestors. I like to speak to things that I've learned mostly through Buddhism and my upbringing with other vocabulary as well, because it's really easy when you grow up in you know, one community to get really like stuck with one way of speaking to things, like one lingo, you know, one subculture, and kind of become a bit detached from the rest of the world, or not be able to find correlations to other thought or spiritual ideas or religions or just, you know, ways of being. And my favorite thing to do is to find the correlations to create unity, because the crux of our Buddhism really is about how to be in harmony with all that is, all phenomena. It's not about eradicating, you know, things that are different from you. It's about how to harmonize everything with the center being the dignity of all existence, all life. Anyway, when I speak about ancestors a lot, I'm talking way beyond like these cartoonish ideas, or like maybe not cartoonish, well, sometimes it would be cartoonish for me, you know, early on when I thought about ancestral work, of like these people, you know, images of like old people looking down on me, watching over me, and this kind of like cartoonish, maybe like Christianish idea of like from above, these people are like watching over or something. But the more I do ancestral work, or the more that I'm in prayer and the praxis of like my spiritual orientation, I'm talking about ancestors that are like chimeric, you know, like ancestors. And my friend Yuta talks about this a lot in their ancestral somatic work called Sotai, you know, like the ancestors that are before even our human ancestors, you know, all the way to like unicellular being, you know, all the way. And Kat and I talk about this, my other friend, even before being like a unicellular being, being like iron particles in stars, all these things, the evolution of all these elements, the stars, you know, phenomena has converged to formulate into cells, and to, you know, more simple bodies, into more complex bodies, into what we are as human beings. That's what I mean also when I'm saying ancestral work. It's beyond like these people who were not sure if they would have accepted us being like queer, or like, you know, would they approve of me like having sex right now, or like doing drugs. It's like, it's them too, but it's like way before and beyond them in all directions. And this is something my friend Mugen has shared with me too. Like when there's a passing of a loved one, you know, and the energetics of a person going to the other side, it might not necessarily just be like from one side to the other. It might be a burst of the person's soul particles exponentiating into all phenomena, where you can access, you know, the person who's transitioned into like a cup of tea, you know, or like a butterfly fluttering, you knowing they're saying hello to you, or through synchronicities. And so when I'm, you know, being in prayer, whether it's chanting or whether it's I'm singing or dancing or doing art, when I'm in prayer and I'm connecting to my ancestors and I'm asking them to be my ally, to be able to, you know, execute this thing, or for this thing to happen. And for today, it's like for my sister's chemo infusion to go very smoothly, for it to truly support the eradication of the cancer, and, you know, for her body to be able to easily flush out any excess medication that she doesn't need, and that she never has to do this again. This is her last chemo infusion, and that we as a family are with her in the deep about it, you know. It's not just us chanting and praying for her to like recover from this illness. Each of us are confronting our own cancers, you know, the things that have kept us diseased and ill and stuck in our chi patterns. And I am very proud to say, you know, each of my family of origin have really like stepped up to that, to really look internally about like, how can I be in this journey with her, confronting the hardest shit in our own lives. And we're not done yet. We're still mid-process. She still has, you know, her appointment to know when the mastectomy is gonna be later this month or early next month. She still has radiation therapy ahead, and each time it really threatens, you know, my mortal like attachment to my sister of like, please don't take her at this time. Like, she has a long life to live, you know, many things that she wants to enjoy in this existence. But I also, and fortunately, you know, my family also, we really believe like this is alchemy. This is the time to turn poison into medicine. Like, we can't make medicine out of nothing, you know. It's the obstacles, the challenges, the difficulties that are the raw materials that allow us to make medicine in our own lives and to share with other people. So thank you for listening to this personal share today as I sip on some Shilajit cinnamon water.